feel such peace in your soul. And in this place of peace and relaxation, I would now like for you to take a part of your awareness and in a very detached manner, almost as if that body belongs to someone else, I want you to scan that body from the top of the head all the way down the body, and I want you to tell me if you feel any feelings of anxiety or anger, any pain or discomfort, or you discover any energy, dense energy that should not be there.
Moving. Got pain in my tingling in my lower back down my right leg.
Very good.
Also moves to my right shoulder and the back of my head.
Very good. So I want to ask for Michael to place the net of light around this energy that is causing the tingling in the lower back that's emanating down the right leg. And we will look at that first. I want you to connect very, very deeply to this energy that's in the lower back. Connect very deeply to the energy that's in the lower back. And as we connect to that energy, if it had a colour, what colour would it be?
Black.
Yes. Very good. And so Michael has placed the net around this energy, this black energy that is located at the base of the back. And so I want to speak to this energy that's at the base of the back. And first and foremost, I want to let this energy know that we have found it. We have discovered it. We know that it is there. It does not have permission to be there. This is a free will universe. This is a free will planet. And this energy has to abide by the laws, the universal laws which govern our universe. And this energy does not have permission to be there. So I want to speak to this energy, please. We know that it's there now. There is no purpose to it hiding any longer. And it's done a very good job of hiding so far. But now we know it is there. I want to speak to it. What are you doing there in the base of his spine?
Controlling him.
Yes. Tell me why. Why is it so important to control this one?
Keep his light from shining.
Yes. And is your role to cause pain so that he cannot access the frequency of joy? Or are you there siphoning that energy off? Tell me more about what you do.
Causing pain so he can't do what he needs to.
And why is it so important that he doesn't do what he needs to?
Because his light is bright.
Yes. Tell me about the light. Tell me why you hate it.
He can influence others.
What will happen then?
It'll spread.
Yes. And why is the spreading of that light? Why is that something that you want to stop?
Because we can't control it.
Why is it important that you do control it?
It'll influence others to share the light too.
Yes. And you know, all this time that you've been in the base of his spine, causing him pain so that he cannot access his full light. All of this time, you've been trying to control the spread of that light, because if it spreads, you can no longer control it. Your masters hid something from you. They did not tell you that inside of what you are, you also have a spark of light. They tried to keep that hidden from you because they knew that if you knew about that spark that you contain, you would have the power to become more powerful than your masters. And I know at this point you don't believe me. And so I'm going to ask for my helpers, my team, to shine some of their light onto your spark. So I'm asking Michael, Quan, Raphael, they're doing it now, shining light onto your spark and just making it a little bit bigger so that you can find it, so that you can easily see it. Tell me when you can see it.
I see it. I
Great.
didn't know it was there.
Yes, I know, my love. They have kept that secret from all of you, all of this time, because they are the ones that wanted to be in control. And by denying you access to your light, they controlled you. What I want you to do now is focus on that spark, and all of us here are going to help. We're going to make that spark bigger and bigger and bigger until it is 50% as big as what you are. I want you to feel the energy of that light. Feel the power of it. Feel how different it feels. But you know this. You remember this feeling. This feeling feels like home. You forgot that this is what you are. And let's make that spark of light all the way as big as what you are now. Pulling that spark of light all the way out so that it encompasses all of what you are. Feel that energy, that light energy course through what you are. And it feels wonderful. And you forgot this, but you remember it now. Tell me what that feels like.
It feels amazing.
Yes. And so I ask you now, would you like the opportunity today to detach yourself from this one and to move into the light so that you can expand and grow and evolve and feel more of that incredible feeling that you feel right now?
Yes, I missed it. I'm done with this.
Very good. So in a moment, my friend Michael is going to help to ease your energy out of this one, because you've been attached there for a while, and sometimes you need a little bit of help to help you to come out. And so as I count backwards from 3 to 1, I want you to release this one's energy fields where you have been attached, where you have been causing pain, where you have been hidden within this one. I want you to release him, and release him gladly with love, because you're going to a wonderful place. You're going back home. As I count backwards from 3 to 1, you will release your energy from this one, and Michael will pull you up and out with the net of light, and we will hand you over to Uriel and Azrael, who will relocate you into the white light of Source. Everybody in position, please. And as we pull this energy out, I want for him to feel this energy lift up and out. 3, beginning the process of moving that net, and this energy has released this one's energy fields, and we're starting to move up and out. 2, moving all the way out now, moving all the way out now, and he's feeling that energy move up and out, and 1, all the way out. And now Michael is handing this energy over to Uriel and Azrael, and Uriel and Azrael will walk this energy into the white light of Source. But before we cut the final connection with this energy, is there anything that it would like to say to this one on the chair before it leaves?
I'm sorry.
Very good. And is there anything that this one on the chair would like to say to this energy as it leaves?
I forgive you.
Beautiful. And now I'm asking Archangel Michael to cut that final energetic cord between these two, and that cut has been made. And I want him in the chair to feel all of the surge of energy come back into that area. Now, what colour light, what colour energy would we like to place into this area in order for every single cell in this area where this energy was attached to know that it has been released, that we are free to vibrate higher now, and to release any remaining density that is located in this area? What colour light?
Electric blue.
Beautiful. So Michael, can I request your assistance with that, please, as that is your ray, and I want him to see and to feel electric blue light enter that area. This is the energy, the light, the ray of Michael, electric blue. And as this electric blue enters the area where this darker energy was based previously, causing pain, it speaks to every single cell in the physical body. It speaks to every single part of the energy body to let this area know that it has been released. And now, as we consider the emotional body, and this particular dark energy that we've just released, what emotion do we feel that was felt around the back area, the root and the sacral areas, that we feel was the emotion that impacted our energy centers? Allow yourself to consider that.
A heavy weight.
Yes, Tell me about that weight.
Felt like it was smashing me down.
Yes. And as we consider the emotion attached to that, what do you feel it is that has smashed you down over the years in this lifetime, that's attacked your stability, your sense of self?
Getting myself.
Yes. Allow yourself to consider that deeper. What else do you need to release today?
Still something at my right hip.
Yes. Very good. And so I'm going to request that Raphael moves to that space that we were previously looking at, where we've just released that dark entity, and we've just placed that electric blue light in there, asking Raphael to work on his emotional body around that area. And if there are any emotions that are trapped that need to be removed, can I request that Raphael pulls them up and out, please? Asking Michael to place the net over the right hip, placing the net over the right hip, and for us to focus on this right hip now. As we focus in a deeper way on the right hip, if the energy in the right hip had a colour, what colour would it be?
Brownish yellow.
Very good. And so, if we connect even deeper to this brownish yellow energy that's been hiding in the hip, that's been keeping themselves safe in his hip, you are safe today. We've come here to help you. That's why we're here. If you could speak this energy, this brownish yellow energy, what would you want to say?
I don't want to go.
I know, my love. Tell me more about that. Why is it that you don't want to go?
I feel safe here.
Yes, you feel safe with him. I understand. He has a beautiful vibration, and he makes you feel safe. Tell me how it is that you came to be with him. How did you find him?
Saw his light as a paramedic.
Yes. And whereabouts was he when you saw him?
Came into my scene.
Yes. Tell me about that scene.
I was shot in the head.
Yes. Tell me what happened on that day, my love. What happened on that day when you were shot in the head? How did it happen?
I feel a rival gang came in.
Yes. And on that day, when you were shot, it will have all have happened so very fast. Tell me what occurred when you realized that you had come out of your body. When did you realize that?
When I was shot, I didn't know where to go.
Yes. And you found this one.
I didn't know where to go.
I know. Tell me how you've been affecting his body whilst you've been in there, staying safe.
Been holding him back.
Yes. Why is that? Why is it that you don't want him to move forwards?
I don't want him to make the same mistakes I did.
I see. You're trying to protect him. I understand. And you know that day when you were shot? Because it was so confusing and it all happened so fast. You did not cross over into the safe place that you go to when you leave this life. And we are here today to help you. We are the team of people that come in to rescue souls, people like you that didn't know where to go. You said to me, I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to go. Well, we have come here today to lovingly guide you to the place where you need to go. And you will find loved ones there. You will find peace there. You will find closure over what has occurred in this lifetime you have just lived. And we will help you. And I know that you have been with this one and he has kept you safe. And I understand that you don't want to leave him. But it is time, my love, for you to go to that place that you didn't know where it was before. We're here to help you today. Are you ready?
Yes. I didn't think I was worthy.
You are worthy. You are worthy. And we're here to help you. And so I'm going to ask for my friend Gabriel to move forwards, to step forwards. I'm going to ask Gabriel to help this energy, this beautiful being, this person that we're speaking to today. Now, my love, as I count backwards from 3 to 1, my friend Michael is going to help you to move your energy out of this one's hip, because you've been in there for a while and it can be quite difficult sometimes when you've been joined with someone else's body to realize how to move your own energy out. And so my friend Michael has placed this sparkly white net around your energy, and as I count backwards from 3 to 1, he's going to help lift you out. And then I want you to look for my friend Gabriel, who's stood there waiting for you, and she is going to walk you into the light. And you're going to be safe. Very good. Everyone in position, please. Okay. 3. Beginning the process of Michael guiding your energy out of his hip. And I want you to release your hold on that hip. And I want him to feel this energy move up and out. 2, all the way out now, all the way out now, up and out now, and 1. And I can see now that this energy is stood with Gabriel. And Gabriel is guiding this energy into the light. Before we say our final goodbye to this spirit, is there anything that this spirit would like to say to this one on the chair before they leave?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Thank you. And is there anything that this one on the chair would like to say to this spirit?
It's okay. I'm glad you're going to the light now.
Beautiful. And now Michael is cutting the final energetic cord between the two of you, and this spirit is released and walking forwards into source light with Gabriel. Now, what colour light, what colour energy do we want to flood into the hip? Flood into the hip so that this hip knows that it has been released. Every single cell knows that we don't have to respond to the lower frequency energy and terror of that spirit, so that every single cell knows we are now raising our vibration. What colour light?
Green.
Beautiful. So I want you to see and to feel green light flooding into that hip. And Raphael, with this being your ray, specifically I want you to focus on that hip, please. Flooding green light into the hip. And this light is intelligent, healing light. It knows intuitively, instinctively, what frequency each cell needs to heal. The beautiful green healing light of Gaia, the healing light of nature. And as this light, this energy, this frequency affects every part of that hip on a micro level, all the way down to talking to the parts of every single cell. This light is letting every single cell know that we are releasing any remaining density or imprint that was left over from this spirit. This hip is being cleansed, and I'm requesting Raphael to continue to flood green light into that hip and to keep working with that hip. And I'm asking him now to take his awareness once more into the lower abdomen area where we removed that darker energy that was there to create pain. Just to scan all of that lower abdomen area. Is there anything else in that lower abdomen that we need to look at?
No.
Beautiful. So let's take our scan higher up now. Let's take it higher up now. And let's consider that shoulder area that leads up to the throat, to the back of the neck. Asking Michael to place the net once more around the shoulder blade, all the way up to the back of the neck, the throat. And let's take a look deeper at this area. Let's look first at the shoulder blade. If this shoulder blade, the energy in the shoulder that's causing the discomfort and the tingling, if it had a colour, what colour would it be?
Brown, yellow.
Very good. And as we connect deeper to this brown yellow energy. If it could speak, what would it say?
Leave me alone.
I understand that you don't want me to speak to you, and I understand that you want to be left. But we are here to help you today. Tell me more about how it is that you came to be attached at his shoulder. How did you come to be there?
I needed him.
See, tell me more about that. Why did you need this one?
I saw his light. I needed. Didn't know. I needed to. For him to feel my weight as well.
Tell me more about that. Why did you need him to feel your weight? Does his light anger you?
It makes me angry.
Yes.
I didn't have that.
Tell me more about that. Why didn't you have it? Tell me more about you.
It was never there. I was miserable.
You felt invisible.
I was miserable.
You were miserable, I see. And that feeling that you felt, that miserableness, why was that? Where did that come from?
Work. Having
Yes.
to provide for my family, and they didn't appreciate it.
Yes. When you used to work, tell me what it was that you used to do.
Maintenance at an airport.
Yes. And how is it that you came to be attached to this one?
We walked in where I shot myself.
I see. I see. Tell me more about that day, my love. What happened that day that caused you to shoot yourself?
I finally had enough and couldn't take no more. And I felt I had to do it.
Yes.
I took the shotgun that I keep. Shot myself.
Yes. And tell me what happened when you realized that you could see your body and that you'd come out of it. What happened then?
I couldn't help but stare at it.
Yes.
I couldn't believe what I'd done to it.
Yes. And after you realized that you were still there and you could see that body that you had shot, but you were still there, what happened next?
He walked in the room. When I saw his light, I didn't don't think that I had that light.
Yes. And it called you towards it.
Yeah.
You know, at that moment when you saw his light and it drew you towards it, and you couldn't really explain why, because it also made you feel angry because you'd never had it. At that moment, what you really should have been drawn towards was a gigantic, huge, powerful light, the light of Source. That's where we all come from. It's where we all go back to after each lifetime. But because you were so scared and so angry, you'd had enough, you were drawn to this one instead. And so I'm here today to tell you that we've come to help you. I know you felt in that lifetime that nobody listened, that there was no help. Well, we're here today to help. We've come to help you. We are the team that comes in to help souls like you. And however angry and low you feel, my love, we will help. We will take you to a place today where you can start the process of healing. And you will feel wonderful. I promise you that.
The light was just shining on my dead body and I couldn't go back in it.
Yes, I know. I know. You didn't want to go back in there. I understand. Well, what we can do today is I want you to recall that moment when you saw that light. When it came for you, it was there. It did come for you. Recall that moment. And in a moment, I'm going to ask my friend Michael to gently help you to pull your energy out of this one. And we're going to head into the light properly this time. We're going to go into that light. We're here to help you go. So as I count backwards from 3 to 1, I want you to see that huge white light of Source. And I want you to feel all of the tiny little fibers that pull you towards it, as if you're being pulled by a magnet. I want you to allow yourself to head into that light because it has come for you. You are worthy. You are loved beyond measure. And we are going to help you today. Are you ready, my love?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody in position, please. And can I ask Gabriel once again to help this gentleman? 3. Michael beginning the process of lovingly guiding this energy away and up and out of the shoulder blade of the area that it has been located within this one. 2. Moving all the way up and out now. Moving all the way up and out now. And out, feeling it come out now. And 1. And now I can see this gentleman is with Gabriel. And Gabriel is going to begin the process of walking him into the light. But before we fully go into the light, is there any final message that this gentleman would like to say to the one on the chair before he leaves?
I'm really sorry to bring all my pain on you.
Thank you. And is there anything that this one on the chair would like to say to this spirit before it leaves?
It's okay. I'm so glad you found your way now.
Beautiful.
Glad I could help.
Now Michael is cutting the final energetic cord between the two of you, and that has been cut, and the spirit is gladly, very, very gladly walking into the light. Now, what colour light, what colour energy do we want to flood into the shoulder to let the shoulder know that it has been released? What colour light?
Bright purple.
Beautiful. So let's see and feel bright purple light entering the shoulder. Very, very high frequency light. This is intelligent light. Kuan Yin is helping with this frequency, this ray. That's been channeled into the shoulder now. I want you to see and to feel that high frequency purple ray entering the shoulder blade. And this light is intelligent, and it's letting all of the areas know within the physical and the energetic body that we have released this very sad, very traumatized spirit. Very sad, very, very low frequency energy was released there. And so the shoulder blade is very, very happy. The shoulder is very happy to receive this high frequency purple light. And each and every cell, every part of the energy is breathing a sigh of relief and responding to the healing energy of the purple ray that is being infused into that shoulder. Kuan Yin's also placing purple lotus flower into the shoulder as well, which will further encourage healing within that space. Beautiful. I want you to focus your energy on the back of the neck and the throat now. Michael, can we place the net on the throat, around the throat and the back of the neck? Focusing all of your intention onto that throat, having a good look at the throat. Is there anything in that throat that you can feel and see, or the back of the neck that we need to remove?
Feels like a square box.
Yes, we have some AI in there, very good. And we have a tube coming out of that AI, leading down to the heart, which is blocking heart energy from the throat and from the higher energy centers. So I want to connect and speak to this AI that's at the throat. Is this AI just AI, or do we have consciousness, a hybrid, a consciousness attached to this AI that is organic?
Feel there's a consciousness attached.
Yes. So I'd like to speak to that consciousness that's attached to that AI that's been placed in the throat. How is it that you came to be attached to this AI and placed inside of this one?
Fuck you, bitch. You ain't taking me out.
Thank you for speaking to me. I really appreciate it. I know that you are very powerful. You've been doing a very, very good job of controlling this one's throat, his power seat, his voice. Tell me more about how you've done that. How have you managed to get in there?
I was attached there. I was given a job.
See, tell me more about that job you were given.
Keep him from speaking his truth.
Yes. Why is that important?
You know, we don't want other ones to know the truth.
What would happen if everybody knew the truth?
wake up, rise up.
Yes. And why is it so important that that does not happen?
Because then more light would come in.
Yes. And tell me more about you. What is it that you are? We know that there's some AI located in the throat, but what are you?
I help control that AI.
You see, tell me about you, this controller. You must be very powerful.
Yeah. It's just my job to make sure it keeps functioning.
I see. And what are the kinds of things that you do to make sure that it keeps functioning?
Keep it programmed. I'm a programmer, I guess. I'm kind of an energetic being that programs the AI.
Yes. And so is this very powerful being, this programmer that programs the AI. Tell me more about you. How is it that you came to be in this role as this programmer?
Uh, there's many of us.
Yes.
We train for this job.
How is it that you train? What's involved in that?
Just training how to run computers like attachments. There's nothing else. This is all
Yes.
I've ever done.
Yes. That can't be much fun. That all you have ever known is this. Controlling this one's throat.
It's fun because I get to experience what he's experiencing.
You see? And in what ways do you influence him? How do you influence what it is that he's experiencing?
I don't allow him to say what's on his mind, so then he just does whatever I want him to do.
How do you influence him to do whatever you want him to do? Is there a part of you that's located up in his mind as well?
Yeah, I connect to the heart and the mind.
I see. So you're all the way in there. And how is it that you influence his mind? What are the things that you do?
Well, I can put a thought in his mind and then make him say whatever I want him to.
You see. And he feels that that's coming from him. And all the time it's from you.
Of course. It's kind of funny.
You're very clever.
I don't like it.
So you were telling me earlier on that you're an energetic being that programs that AI system that's within him. So tell me more about you. What do you look like?
I just look like blue light.
You see,
And then he thinks it's supposed to be there.
oh, that's very clever. So because you're disguised as that blue light, he feels that you're high frequency. How do you do that? That's very clever.
I'm a programmer. I can program anything.
Of course. And so all of this time that you've been doing this, that you've been attached to him, affecting his heart connection to his throat and his mind, and you've been whispering things into his mind, making him believe that it is him. This is a free will universe, and he does not consent to you being there. And so we are going to remove you today.
Sure he did.
No,
He didn't want to talk for himself.
he needs that ability to be able to talk for himself. Now is the time that he needs to speak his truth, and he cannot speak his truth whilst you are there. Something different from him.
They will punish me if I do not do this job.
Well, I'm going to give you the opportunity today to go somewhere else where they cannot punish you.
There's nowhere else to go. This is me. This is my job.
You know, all of this time, your masters, all they have done is program you for this work. They have shown you nothing else. There's a reason for that. They did not want you to access your power. Because if you accessed your power, you would become more powerful than them, more powerful than your masters, so powerful that they are unable to punish you. It's kind of a game, really. All this time, they've tricked you into doing that job because they didn't want you to access your power, much like you don't want him to access his. If you look inside of what you are, look deep, deep, deep inside of what you are, you will have a spark of light of your own in there. I'm going to ask my friends that are with you to shine some of their light onto your spark so that you can find it. We're all shining some light on that spark, and it is there, and it has been there all this time, because every single thing that is in this universe that is not AI, and you have said that you are an energetic being that programs that AI, every single one of us has that spark. Look deep within, it's there. Let's make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it more easily, making that spark bigger and bigger and bigger. And this feels good. This is curious.
It's completely white.
Yes, yes it is. Let's make it all the way as big as what you are. Let's make it all the way as big, this white spark. You feel it spreading all the way out over your energy so that it is as big as what you are. And this feels wonderful. This is very different. This is very different. And you've had this within you all along. You do not have to stay attached to this one, manipulating this one. You can go off and be your own powerful being connected to this energy that feels wonderful. And if you cross over into the light, those masters, they cannot get anywhere near you. They can't come near you.
Are
Would
you
you?
sure?
I am very sure. It's the rules of the game. They cannot enter the light of Source. One day they too will realize that they are a part of Source, but they're not ready yet. But you are. You're ready today. You're ready for that next step. That's
He
more,
was getting really boring.
yes, you're ready for something new. And so I'm going to ask you now, would you like to move into that white light of Source so that you can experience something new and exciting that involves this energy that feels very wonderful and powerful?
Yes.
Very good. So I'm asking Michael to increase the net so that it encompasses every part of this being. We will deal with the organic being first, then we will come back for the AI. And so in a moment, as I count backwards from 3 to 1, I want you as this energy, this controller of the AI, to allow your energy to be pulled up and out of this one. And we're going to take you into the white light of Source, this place that is wonderful, that is fun, that is not boring, that you can experience and evolve and grow in. Everybody ready, please, and in position. 3, beginning the process of moving the controller of this AI up and out, up and out. 2, releasing all of the parts of this one that we were attached to and moving our energy up and out. And 1, all the way out. I'm asking for Uriel and Azrael to guide this energy towards that white light that feels wonderful. But I'm asking this energy, is there anything that you want to say to this one on the chair before we say goodbye?
It was fun, but I'm sorry. I didn't realize I could be this way.
Very good. And is there anything that this one on the chair would like to say to this energy as we release it?
It's okay. I forgive you. You didn't know any better.
Beautiful. Now Michael is cutting the energetic cord between the two of you, and that one is released, and he's been walked into the white light of Source and very happy with Uriel and Azrael. Now, Michael, can you place the net around the AI structure that we have running throughout this one's body, all the way down to the heart? We've got the connection at the heart, so placing the net all the way around that connection, leading up to the throat, making sure the net is around the box at the throat, leading up into the third eye energy center and the mind and the crown chakra. All of that AI energy system is now in the net. I can see it's in the net, and Michael's ready to take it. So we're going to count back very quickly whilst this is removed, and for him to feel this leave as Michael takes it. 3, 2, almost all the way out, and 1. Very good. Cough. Have a good cough. Clear the energy in that space. Now, what colour light do we want to flood into the throat, the third eye, the crown, and down to the heart to awaken that connection between the heart and the throat and all of that line of energy? What colour light?
Bright purple, bright blue, and bright green.
Beautiful. So let's see all of those energies coming in, and they are the rays of Michael, Raphael, and Quan. So let's see all of those colours coming in, the bright purple, bright blue, and bright green. And as those rays flood in, Quan is working over at the heart now. She's placing a lotus flower over at the heart to awaken that heart energy so it starts to flow. Michael's at the throat, And I can see Raphael working on the third eye and the crown. And now Quan and Raphael are swapping over, and all of that energy is being channeled into the places that it needs to go. Very good. And so what I want us to do now, I want for him to focus his awareness, his energy now on his root, focusing his awareness and energy on his root. And as we focus on the root, I'm asking Raphael to step over to the root and to start pulling all of the dense energy out of that root, all of the dense energy out of the root. And this is all of the feelings of instability around situation, instability around finances, instability around our life situation that changed very drastically when we were a child. We're pulling all of that dense, stale energy out. And I'm also seeing, as we're doing this, there are lots of earthbound spirits leaving. So we did have more earthbound spirits attached that are leaving. They know it's safe to do so now, and they have taken the opportunity to do so because they can see the light is there and the archangels are there. So I want him to feel that release as well. And for any earthbound spirits that have not yet released, that have seen all of their friends release, it is safe for you to do so now. Please pull your energy up and out and head towards that white light of source that is there for you. And my friends, Uriel, Azrael, Gabriel, and Metatron will assist you into the light. Now, as that root is starting to look a lot better, I want him to see and feel almost like an eggshell around it. It's dense energy, it's cracking, it's breaking, and it's falling away. And we've got the beautiful, red, vibrant energy of the root now. Beautiful and vibrant. This is your stability. This is who you are. This is your connection to the planet. I want you to send a rope of light out of this root all the way down into the planet, all the way down into Gaia, past the grass and the mud and the rocks and the crystals and the caverns and the underground lakes, all the way down to the very, very center of the planet, to the white light, crystalline liquid energy that is in the center, very center of the planet. This is Gaia. This is Gaia's soul, Gaia's spirit, Gaia's essence. And I want you to wrap your rope of light around this huge, white, crystalline, powerful energy. And as your rope of light winds its way around Gaia, the Mother Earth, I want you to feel the love that she has for you flood back up that rope, all the way back up that rope, and it hits your root and it rebuilds it. It stabilizes it. That connection into the planet, into the Mother, into our Mother is rebuilt. You feel all of the love that she has for you, that you are a part of her and she is a part of you. And we are all a part of Source, having this experience right now. And this energy is so beautiful. It's so deep. It's so intense. It seeks to move up to that sacral energy center. And this sacral energy center has been small because of the attached energy that we had that was causing us pain in that area. This energy was siphoning. This entity was siphoning all of the energy from this energy center. So I want him to see again an eggshell around this energy center. It's breaking, it's falling away. And now we can see bright, vivid orange, bright, vivid orange. This energy center is joy. This energy center is creativity. This energy center is sensuality. And he feels all of that energy flooding back up from the mother. Gaia is creativity. Gaia is joy. Gaia is sensuality. You can see that in her creation that is all around us. And this beautiful sacral energy is pooling very nicely now in that energy center. And he can feel his joy returning. He can feel that joy returning. He knows what it is that he needs to do now. It is just to be joy. It is just to be love. It is to be creative. It is to share love. He feels that energy so deeply now. And it cannot be contained at the sacral energy center. And it's reawakening that solar plexus. And he can feel the dense energy of the solar plexus, the eggshell around that, break up and fall away. And we have been made to feel throughout our life, through this journey, through this incarnation, as if we are different, as if we are the black sheep of the family, when all along that has been our power. That is our power. We know who we are now. We know who we are. We know why we came. We are a piece of Source itself, who came into this realm at this time to remind all of the other pieces of ourself that they are Source too. That is why we are here. That is who we are. Always keep that power in that solar plexus area, that knowledge, that knowing of who you are, and that knowing that you are always connected to Source, and you can call on Source energy at any time, because that is who you are. And we feel that energy now pooling so strongly in the solar plexus. We remember. And the heart is locked. And I can see Quan moving over to the heart and unlocking the heart energy. And it opens out beautifully. Bright green energy. Bright green energy. The energy of the trees and the ferns and the grasses. That is the energy of Gaia, of the mother, and it is at your heart space. Beautiful green energy. And we're also placing, Quan is placing a pink crystal, pink heart energies to open the higher heart in there. So we have the green and we also have the pink. And the heart chakra is being pulled wider, bigger and wider by Quan and Raphael, opening that heart energy out now. And they are linking that connection back up from the heart to the throat. All of that energy is moving, reconnecting from the heart to the throat. And at that throat energy center, he can feel all of the love that he feels for the planet, for all of his loved ones. The heart energy is online, is back online. And that heart energy will grow and spread now. The heart energy will become bigger, much, much bigger than the body that he physically walks in. And everybody that encounters this one will feel that heart energy, will be affected by that heart energy. And now this energy is moving up to the throat. Beautiful, bright blue energy of the throat, which is clean and clear. We had both an AI and energetic being in the throat that we have removed. And so this energy center is very, very happy now. Blue energy, pooling, swirling, pooling and swirling, becoming bigger and bigger and aligning very, very beautifully with the rest of the energy centers. Now, moving forwards, he will speak his truth, and he will speak whatever is on his mind. And those words will not hurt because he speaks them from an open heart, from an open heart energy center, from a balanced solar plexus. He knows who he is, from a balanced and beautiful sacral energy center, and from a very, very happy, healthy, and connected and stable root. So all of that energy flow is in flow, no blocks there. And that energy wants to seek to join the third eye now. And that energy center is starting to wake up and come online. It has been blocked by the third eye that was, by the AI in the third eye that was there. And now it is free to open out. And that is what we are doing. Kwan is placing her hands around that third eye energy center and encouraging it to come back online. And I want him to see and feel that dense energy, the eggshell, fall away, and to see bright, vibrant purple, bright, vibrant purple, swirling like a Catherine wheel at the third eye energy center. And Kwan is working with that energy center, and all of your gifts that have previously been inaccessible to you are now becoming available, are coming online. Now that we have removed the AI that was affecting that energy center, it is all coming online and opening out, and the energy is moving up to the crown now. Kwan is there, got a white lotus flower at the crown. See that lotus flower opening out, and the energy is shooting up and out at the top of the crown, and that energy is very powerful, very, very white energy coming out at the top of the crown. And that energy seeks to join with Source. It seeks to join with the power of Source, with the great white light energy. And that connection is made at the crown. And I want him to feel and to see that white light energy of Source running down the body now. We've got the energy and the power of Gaia, our mother, running up the energy centers, reawakening them. They've, all of them, been reawakened and rebuilt. But now we're going to pull the energy of Source down those energy centers. And as we pull the energy of Source down the energy centers, it further cleanses any remaining density that is there. It brings online any upgrades, any DNA upgrades that we need, any remaining density that is attached to this one in the physical, energetic, or emotional body is healed, reset, blasted away by the frequency of white light, and it comes in through the crown, flows down through the third eye, the throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, all the way down the body into the knees. That white light's flooding into the knees. It's going into the lower back. It's flooding all of the areas that we have had issues previously in the body. And this white light is reprogramming all of the cells in these areas, cleaning out density. I can see we've got some density in the knees that Raphael is pulling out now. This is to do with the feeling of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Everything is reliant upon you. Affects the knees. It's pulling all of that energy out of the knees. Lots and lots of energy in the knees, and this is from previous lifetimes as well. It's all coming out of the knees, and he's placing the white light of Source, which is flowing down the body into the knees, also placing a band of Source light around the knees, which is going to reinforce the power and the healing power and connection of Source light in that area. And as he walks forward in life from this day forwards, he will walk forwards with that frequency of source light around the knees, also placing that frequency of source light around the lower back. Raphael's going in there, as is Quan, and we're pulling any remaining trauma out of that spine. Any remaining trauma out of the spine, and source light is aiding that because this is the highest frequency of all. It's flowing throughout the entire body now, and source light has highlighted that that density is there because it sees it and it says it shouldn't be there. And so we've pulled all of that density out of the spine now so that source light can flow freely through the entire vehicle. Gaia energy coming up the body, source light flowing down the body. I'm requesting source light to fill in any fractures emanating from the energy centers of this one. And I can see source light going into fractures that are there. We're filling them all in with source light. No higher frequency available than source light. So these fractures are sealed. Nothing can get in now. So we will not incur any further entities or energies, earthbound spirits. Nothing can get in. And we're reinforcing the outer aura. What color light would he like to place around the outside of his aura to further reinforce this aura?
Electric blue.
Yes. So for us to see and feel electric blue all the way around the outside of the aura. And Michael is assisting with that. And this source light energy, I want him to feel and see a huge ball of that source light energy in his solar plexus that he can carry around with him. And whenever he wants to cleanse the inside of his energetic fields, all he has to do is make this ball of source light energy expand out so that it becomes as big as all of his aura, and any density within his fields will be blasted away by this source light.
It comes out like blue wings.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Feel the strength of that. Feel that knowing around that, and carry that with you always, moving forwards, always. And we're going to leave this source light energy within the body to continue speaking to every single cell on a micro level, letting every cell know that the light has returned. The light has returned, so that no remaining density will be carried forwards in the physical, energetic, or emotional bodies. Requesting assistance throughout this session from Michael, Raphael, and Quan to provide healing anywhere within this one's vehicle that we need it, where he needs any of this energy to be recalibrated. And if there is any remaining density that we need to pull out of any of his bodies, can I request that the team of 3 do this work, please? And now I want to ask him to place his awareness, his full awareness, back into that beautiful garden that we had entered, where he sat on the bench, and he can see all of the flowers, and he feels such a sense of peace, an incredible energy that's flowing through him. And as he looks to the left, he becomes aware of a huge patch of bright red flowers. Can you see those flowers?
Yes.
Tell me more about them.
They're just bright, beautiful roses with More like tulips with bright green stems and leaves.
Yes,
Big, beautiful heads of red.
very good. And as you look to the right, you notice a sunny patch of yellow flowers. Can you see those flowers?
Yeah, yes.
Tell me more about them.
It's a mix. It's big, beautiful sunflowers. At the base is yellow daisies.
Yes. And you notice in front of you there is a little cobbled path that meanders off down into the garden and off into the distance. And you become curious and you wish to know more about what is at the bottom of this garden, in this place. And so you begin to make your way up off of the bench, and you begin to walk down, down, down into the garden. And as you walk down into the garden, I want you to tell me what you see, sense, or experience.
Seems like it gets darker. The cobble path is more like a dirt path through the woods.
Yes. And as you walk further down that dirt path into the woods, and as your feet connect with that dirt path, as you walk deeper down into those woods, tell me more about what you see or sense.
I'm walking a horse with me.
Yes. Tell me more about that horse.
Kind of has some like leather armor on the horse.
Yes. And as you connect with that horse,
First seat.
yes. And as you become aware of your point of perception, as you look at that first seat on that horse, as you notice your arm that's walking that horse, tell me more about what you look like.
Male hands. I have leather foreguards on my arms. Very intricately designed. Red dyed leather.
Yes. And as you consider the rest of that body, as you notice it, tell me more about the rest of the body.
Long black hair, although it's up I have a katana sword strapped to my back. The rest of my body is covered in ornately designed red leather. Very awesome.
And as you walk that horse, do you feel as if there is anything in the hands other than what's attached to that horse?
I'm carrying a sword or a shield in my right arm, which is really weird. Must be left-handed.
Yes. And as you notice the top of the head, do you feel as if there is anything on the head?
Helmet, helmet, headpiece. I guess it looks like a typical samurai headpiece.
Yes. Very good.
I have a lower faceplate on my jaw.
And as you connect very deeply with that body, does the body feel healthy?
Feels beat up, like I've gotten back from a battle.
Yes. And does that body feel young or old?
Middle age. Mid-20s.
Yes. And as you look all around you in this place where you are leading this horse, do you feel as if there is anybody else there with you?
I feel like there's others with me in the woods. Felt like I was walking towards a cottage.
Yes.
I don't understand why I'm walking and not riding. I think the horse was tired. Just giving it a break.
Yes. And as you walk towards that cottage,
I feel
tell
like
me
I
more.
have a knife wound in my thigh. It's not bad. It's just superficial.
Yes. And as you connect, tell me more about what you sense.
Funny. Same area where I had the wound in this life.
Yes. And as you connect to this wound, tell me more about how you feel you have obtained this wound.
From someone's sword. We just come back from an engagement. We're actually going back to our home cottage. It's in the mountains. It's in the deep woods.
Yes.
I felt bad for my horse, even though my leg hurts. I needed to give it a break.
It needs to rest. And as you make your way through the woods towards this cottage that is home, tell me more about that cottage that you head towards.
My memory of it was beautiful, but it's not the same anymore.
I see. Tell me more about what has changed.
It's destroyed. It's burning. My family was in there.
Do you feel as if your family were in that cottage at the time?
Yes.
I want you to allow that feeling that you feel right now. I want you to allow yourself to feel it and to release it. Feel it and release it.
They were burned alive when we were away.
Yes.
It's happened to everybody else that was in my company too.
Allow all of that feeling that you feel, that grief.
Ooh, really angry and upset.
Yes. Allow yourself to feel it and release it. Allow it to flow through the body. I'm going to close this scene, and I want you to drift and float through time and space to the next important day in this lifetime that we need to see today. As I count backwards from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3, traveling there now. 2, almost there. And 1, be there now.
Wow. It's kind of a palace type structure.
Yes. Tell me more about it as you look at it.
Asian in design. It's immense, golden red. It's a forbidden city.
Yes.
Amazing. I feel like I was one of the palace guards or the actually I think I was in charge of the guards for the emperor.
Yes. Access that feeling very deeply.
It's a great position of honor.
Yes.
My men would follow me anywhere. They loved and revered me. I'm very disappointed and upset we went to take care of a mission for the Emperor. And while we were away, our homes were destroyed. And our men, even though they're loyal to me, still are very upset too. We went on this mission.
Yes. As you consider that and the mission that you have just been on, who do you feel it was that was behind what was done to your families? Why did this occur?
I feel like it was the Emperor.
Yes.
Why would he do that to us when we were out doing what he wanted?
Because now your only loyalty is to him.
Angers me.
Yes. Allow yourself to feel that feeling. Feel it.
Went out and sacrificed ourselves for nothing.
Yes.
For his greed. Or supposed greed. Just to gain more land for himself.
Yes. Tell me more about the mission that he sent you on.
I feel we went into other lands and raided and claimed it for him. We thought it was an honorable duty.
Yes.
So much pain and suffering we caused to all the other villages and places that we overtook. And then he destroyed ours.
Yes.
Took
And
everything we
yes.
had. Just like he's done to the other lands, or we have done to the other lands. They have the right to live as they choose. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't realize we caused so much pain.
Okay. I want you to close this scene. Close this scene. And drift and float through time and space to another important day in this lifetime that we need to see today. As I count backwards from 3 to 1, you will be there. 3, traveling there now. 2, almost there. And 1, be there now.
Laying on a hard bed feels hard.
Yes.
Not a very good pillow.
No.
Feel weak.
Yes. You will feel no physical sensations. That is very important. You will feel no physical sensations as you connect with this moment. Tell me why it is that you are laid in this bed.
It's finally my time. I'm old, tired, miserable. I've lost everything that I've ever loved. Caused so much pain to so many people.
Yes.
Ready to go,
Okay.
to be something better.
Yes. It's time. In a moment, I want you to condense time and move to the moment in time where you're taking your last breath as this man, this head of the Emperor's Guards. And I want you to move up and out of the body and look back down at yourself and tell me what you see. You will feel no physical sensations. Condensing time and moving to the point in time where we are taking our last breath. And 3, beginning to move up and out of the body. 2, almost all the way out. And 1, looking back down at yourself on the bed. Tell me more about what you look like in that bed.
I'm old and still am very much a warrior.
Yes. I want you to feel all around you for that feeling of being pulled into and back to the great light of source.
There's still a spark in the chest there, though.
Release that spark. Allow that last part of yourself that's in the body, in the chest, to release. Allow yourself, give yourself permission to release, and it will feel wonderful. All that density drops away. And allow yourself to be back in that white light of source very quickly. And you're there. Allow yourself to integrate back into source. And now we are back in this place. Every lifetime has a lesson. What do you feel the lesson of that lifetime was? Is that general?
I had taken so much from everyone following somebody's greed. And It was taken from me. Never, never to do that to somebody, ever. We are all connected. We all feel everyone else's pain.
Yes.
I want to be able to help people and heal people and defend people if necessary from anybody that is coming for out of a position of greed or fear.
Beautiful. Thank you. We're going to leave this part of ourselves in the white light of Source. They will find peace on their journey. They will find what they need to find. But we're going to leave this part of ourselves there in the white light of Source. And now I want to ask for all of the consciousness of this one on the chair to return, integrate fully. And I would like to ask to speak to the higher self. May I speak with his higher self, please?
We are here.
Thank you. You could have showed him any lifetime today, and you showed him this very, very significant one, where he was the head of the guards for the emperor. Why did you choose to show him that lifetime?
He needed to see how much pain he caused to others by following a mission blindly for someone that did not have their best interest in mind.
Yes. I understand. And is there
And
any...
that's why he's on this path to help as many people as he can.
Beautiful. And is there anybody in that lifetime that we just saw, that he was incarnated with, that he shares this lifetime with as well?
My family was the same. My two kids were my family. My wife now was my wife then. My guardsmen were the friends that surround me now.
Thank you. We released many energies from him at the beginning of this session that had been taking his energy, causing pain in his body, and manipulating him. Can you confirm that all of those energies have been released?
They are still releasing as we speak, and they will continue to be released over the next 3 nights.
Very good. Has he been collecting the souls that did not know where to go.
Yes, they're all attracted to his light.
Yes. Beautiful. Can I request for him that every assistance is given to ensure that all of the souls are released that are taking a little longer to come out?
It will be done.
Thank you. And we took an AI system out of his body that was in the throat, down to the heart, and up through into the mind, the third eye and crown. Is there anything else in terms of AI in his body that should not be there?
See the back of the head.
Tell me more about what's in the back of the head.
Feels dark.
Can I ask the higher self, does the higher self request any assistance to remove this AI?
Yes.
Can I ask Michael to place the net of light around this AI? Can I also ask for the assistance of Metatron with this, please? Because AI is Metatron's specific area of expertise. And as I count back from 3 to 1, I want him to feel that black energy, that AI being removed. And then, Metatron, can you relocate it, please, outside of this universe? 3, beginning the process of unhooking that energy and moving it out. 2, all the way up and out. And 1, fully out. And Metatron is taking that up and out now of this universe because it does not belong in this universe. And we're flooding some white light into that space. White light, specifically high frequency, and all of the cells in that area will be reprogrammed so that they know that they're not responding to the AI anymore. They're responding to the white light of source, organic human being, organic energy connected to the planet. Are there any implants in his body that are not for his best and highest good?
Not anymore.
Very good.
That device was a projection over, so they could see what I was seeing.
Yes. And are there any energetic cords going into or out of his energy that are no longer for his best and highest good that we need to cut?
Yes.
Can you tell him more about these cords so he knows?
There's one attached in the upper back.
Where does this cord lead to?
The heart.
And who does this cord go to? Who is taking the energy?
Some dark entity is siphoning the energy.
You see. And so requesting Michael to cut that cord. Let's cut that cord now, and for him to see and feel, witness that sword of Archangel Michael, that electric blue sword, cutting that cord off at the heart. That being does not have permission to siphon the heart energy. So we're cutting that cord now, requesting Michael to follow that cord back up, please, to that entity, that energy, and to deal with that entity or energy. Are there any cords going into or out of him in terms of energy cords from previous relationships that he has had that are still siphoning energy from him?
Lower back.
Yes. Tell me about this cord and who this leads to.
My ex.
Yes. She still wants your energy.
Feeding off of it.
Yes. And now she is your ex. She no longer has permission to do so.
Right.
So what I want you to see is a band of light around where that cord goes into the lower back. And see that band of light tightening, becoming tighter and tighter and tighter. And as it tightens up, that cord falls away. And I'm asking Michael to energetically make that so, to cut that cord. And for him to feel all of the energy of that ex release. She no longer has any power over him. They are not together anymore. She has no power over his energy. She does not have permission to be taking his energy from that place. That cord has been released. And for him to emotionally release the energy of that ex, because she is no longer able to control him in the way that she did before. So for him to also allow himself to release any emotion around that ex. And he may wish to see the energy that he still feels around her contained in a balloon attached to the lower back. And he may wish to see that balloon fly away, because we no longer need to be attached to her anymore. We release it. Are there any other cords that are linked to other people? How about those fiancés that he has had relationships with? Do we have any cords attached to him in that area?
No.
Very good. Any final energies, any cords that we need to cut and release?
The body's clear of anything that needs removed.
Very good. Is there any black magic on the body that we need to remove?
Feel yes.
Very good. Connect to that feeling and access whereabouts on the body that black magic has been placed.
My left shoulder.
Yes.
Why?
And so I'm asking for Raphael to move to that shoulder, that left shoulder, and to place a bubble around that black magic and to lift that black magic up and away from this one. And that energy will be taken elsewhere in the universe and it will be used for something else. This black magic, was this placed from this lifetime or a previous lifetime?
Feeling previous.
And is there any message that we need to know around that? Anything that we need to be made aware of?
It was placed there to stop him from bringing energy in.
Yes. And now we have removed that, he will be able to access his full energy, all of his gifts. That black magic did not have permission to be there, and so we have removed it. Are there any soul fragments that have been knocked out of him in this lifetime or any other lifetime that we need to bring back in for him?
I'm getting yes.
So can I request that those soul fragments are returned, and if the higher self needs any assistance, can I ask the higher self to utilize one of the assistants that we have here today, who will physically bring that soul fragment in and help to integrate it? Does the higher self request any assistance?
Yes.
And so, can I ask for Gabriel, please? Metatron has found the soul fragment. Gabriel is going to bring it in and place it back within him so that he has all of his soul reintegrated back in there. And I feel that that soul fragment is attached to that lifetime that we saw. And so all of that is reintegrated back into his soul. So he has the full use of his soul. Is there anything else that we need to do for him in terms of his energy and his physical body?
No, we'll continue to work over the next few days.
Thank you. Can you tell him more about why he has a fear of deep water when there is no flotation around?
He was sunk at sea, had all his armor on, and went to the bottom.
You see. And so this is a fear that has been incurred in another lifetime by another part of his soul.
Yes.
And now we know that. Can we allow him to release this fear today? Because it does not serve him.
Yes.
Thank you. So I want him to feel and see that fear leave. He understands where it comes from, and he does not need to hold on to it. And I'm requesting the higher self to remove that fear for him. He also has a fear of extreme heights. What can you tell him about that?
occurred in many lifetimes. He fell from a building once, was pushed off a cliff once. Someone came from behind and shoved him.
I see. And so now we understand that these variety of traumatic incidences have occurred to him at great height. Now we know that. Can we release that for him in this lifetime? Because he does not need to carry it in this lifetime.
Yes.
Thank you. And again, I want him to feel and see that particular fear being released. Feel it released. Wherever it is housed within him, see it fly away. And for the higher self to make it so. He has a dislike of bugs in this lifetime. Is that transference from some of the horrible things that he has seen?
Yes.
And so now his brain understands that. Can he release that transference? Because those poor little bugs, they don't need to provide any fear for him. They are just one of God's creatures, providing a service.
Yes, he knows they have a job. They will not affect him.
Thank you. What was the purpose of him sustaining the back injury and the knee injury? Why did he have to experience that?
To pay back some karmic debt. He had caused those injuries to someone else.
I see. And now that karmic debt has been paid, can we allow his physical body to completely regenerate and heal? Because his soul understands.
Yes.
Thank you. And we have released a lot of density from the body, the physical body, the energetic body, and the emotional body. And because we have pulled so many different energies that were in pain out of his body, he is going to notice that his body is no longer in pain. The pain will no longer be there. And he will start to feel very, very happy and confident that that body is regenerating and healing because of the frequency that he holds within him. What is the mission that he is on in this lifetime?
To help as many people as he comes in contact with, share his light. Just be and share the light. Assist as many as you can.
Yes, thank you. And he would like to know who are his angels and guides or star family, and how can he improve his communication with them.
Feel like I'm a fractal of Michael.
Yes. And so how can he connect with Michael in a better way?
He just simply has to ask. That's meditation. And just ask. Also connected to the Pleiades.
Beautiful. Thank you. Is there anything that he needs to know about that? That connection to the Pleiades?
They're watching him, observing him, looking out for him. They're very excited about his progress.
He's doing so well. Are there any DNA upgrades that he can benefit from today that have not already occurred during this session?
Yes.
Can I request them for him on his behalf, please?
They will continue to be upgraded over time. As he needs something, it will be unlocked.
Very good. And can I request for him that he is able to access a level of energy and athletic ability around his knees so that he can run like he used to be able to?
It is already done.
Is there any remaining karma that he's working off in this lifetime?
Yes. He just needs to clear it over time. What he's doing is adequate to clear any resisting karma.
And he would like abundance to flow to him in this lifetime. What can we do to help him with that?
It is already happening if he just pay attention. Just watch it come in.
And we've seen that he is connected to his wife in this lifetime, in other lifetimes. But is there anything else that he needs to know about that connection between the two of them today?
We shared many lifetimes. She is my opposite in each life. My yin in this life. The same in every other life. We always find each other.
And we,
And her dogs are the children she didn't have in this life.
yes. And we've seen that you have a connection to your children in previous lives. But is there anything else that he needs to know about that?
No. Just allow them to shine in their own light and find their path. They're doing well at that.
Yes. And we've seen that his friends that he has now are the men that were loyal to him when he was in the lifetime with the Emperor. Is there anything else regarding that connection that he needs to know?
They have always found each other and come up with plans to come together and work together to accomplish missions in each life that they share. Doesn't matter where they start out, they always end up together.
And does his ranch have some special energy? And should he develop that healing center on there?
Absolutely. That's why he was drawn there. All the numbers and signs pointed him there. There is a healing energy he doesn't see that other people can. He just needs to trust his internal knowing and let it flow and develop how it's supposed to be.
And the smoking of the cigars, is there something else that he could be doing that would benefit him better whilst he thinks?
It makes him happy for now. When a better tool, he'll just forget about it.
And he wanted to know, what were the 4 lights that looked like stars moving across the morning night sky, maintaining that same distance last year?
It was a large spaceship that was cloaked. His star family, trying to let him know that they are always there.
And finally, what is causing the ringing in the ears?
Higher frequencies coming in. He will keep adjusting and tuning them.
Are there any final messages that he needs today from the higher self, or anything else we can help him with?
No, we are complete.
Thank you. Thank you for all of the help and healing that you have given him today. I know that he will really appreciate it. Thank you. And now I'm asking for you to recede back to the time, space, reality, dimension, and location in which you belong, with much love and much thanks for everything that you've done here today. And I am asking the part of ourselves that we saw in the lifetime as the general to also recede back into the place where they belong, with much love and much thanks. We have done so much work here today. We've removed a dark entity in the sacral that was causing pain. We've removed an energy of a spirit in the hip that was a guy who was shot in the head. We have removed a man who killed himself, who was lodged in the shoulder blade. We have removed multiple earthbound spirits beyond that. I have seen many leave, and the rest will leave within the next 3 days and will be guided out. We've removed an AI system that was located from the heart to the throat, all the way up through the crown and the third eye energy center. We've removed the AI, and we've also removed the energetic controller that was controlling the AI system. We've also removed an additional AI that was in the back of the neck. We have viewed a lifetime where we were a general working for the Emperor of the Forbidden City, and we understand karmically the lessons that occurred there. We have totally upgraded and rebooted all of the energy centers, and we have rebooted and reboosted the aura. When he comes out of this session, he will feel fantastic, like a new person. And over the next 3 nights, his team will continue to work on him so that he is completely healed and regenerated, and he will move forwards with purpose on his mission. In a moment, I'm going to count to 10, and on the count of 10, he will be conscious, wide awake,